That's amazing. You mean to tell me there's two Adams? Is there two Eves? You know, those were our creators. Biologically, the first Adam, the first man on the earth, his name was Adam, according to the Hebrews, Israelites. I'm just wondering if there's two mothers, two Eves. But the second one being Jesus Christ, according to the Apostle Paul, who was a Pharisee and a member of the Sanhedrin, I believe. He was a very devout, religious Hebrew, a Hebrew of Hebrews, like Jonah in the Old Testament. He worshipped the true God, the maker of the heavens and the earth. And he disputed with the Greeks and even his fellow Jews over the true identity of God, that God wasn't made of wood or stone or inanimate objects, not even celestial objects or other creatures, living creatures. They weren't gods either, not even little gods, but that there was one true spirit that created all life. He said there was a second Adam. His name was Jesus Christ, and he was our creator. God created the world through him, even though Christ had not yet taken on physical form, born of the Virgin Mary by the Holy Spirit, but he existed as part of the threefold person of God, the Trinity. And he existed obviously not in the physical form, but in the eternal form, spiritual form. And he was non-corporeal before the Holy Spirit impregnated Mary. Then Jesus took on physical form. And he came to restore the the sins and the transgressions against God that were committed in the Garden of Eden by Adam, the first man, the first Adam. The second Adam came to undo the damage that was done and to bring about restoration and forgiveness and healing and redemption, to correct what the first Adam did. The second Adam corrected, even though we don't fully realize it now because all of prophecy hasn't been fulfilled, although much of it has. The second Adam will finally restore the whole earth back to a state of perfection as it once was, where it was perfect. And there's going to be perfection again. It says, the Apostle Paul says that even St. Peter says, and even St. James says that there'll be a restoration. Even the gospel writers talks about this restoration in the future, where once again the curse will be lifted, and the original creation will be as it was from the very beginning. Not a flaw, not a sin, not a transgression. It'll be perfect. That part hasn't happened yet, but we are saved because of Christ's blood on the cross, and we have the promise, the hope of the promise of eternal life. But man still has to be under the curse of the world, under the reign of the devil. The devil still has some dominion on the earth to persuade men to reject God and to do their own thing and to go astray and to do things that are not according to God's will and principles. So the devil still has an influence, but eventually the devil's influence will no longer be a factor, because during the restoration, Christ will undo the serpent's lies that he told in the Garden of Eden, that he told Adam and Eve, the lies that they could become gods and reign over and do their own thing. And of course, they were cursed. They were kicked out of the garden, and they had to work by the sweat of their brow and experience pain and suffering through childbirth and deal with thorns and thistles that the ground would produce in addition to the good crop. So we got good crop and bad crops that we have to deal with until the final restoration of the whole universe, the earth, where it will become like the Garden of Eden once again, under the new kingdom when it comes. That's the gospel message.